All right, hello and welcome. Brett here with Clickmill.co. In this course, we are going to be getting into everything marketing project management. And as we get going, I first want to just introduce myself to you, let you get to know me a little bit and my experience. So I don't typically just talk a lot about myself, but in this case, and as we get into project management, there is a lot involved. And so I want to tell you some of my experience and the direction that I'm coming at this from, having had a fair bit of digital marketing experience. So with that, I'll just kind of tell you some of my experience. So before I was in digital marketing, before I had started my own digital marketing agency, I had 3 years of high-end sales experience. I was actually sold very expensive furniture. It was kind of crazily expensive. And so I developed sales skills over about 3 year period working with people who sold millions of dollars a year in furniture. And so over those 3 years, I really developed that skill. And as I developed that, I was approached by a Christian discipleship training school who asked me to come on and be the director of sales for them. And as I took that position, it became clear that they did not fully understand the distinction between sales and marketing. And what they really meant was I was going to sell to students and also market and do all of their marketing. So I was then the de facto marketing director as well, at which point I knew nothing about marketing. And so I was learning marketing, digital advertising there. And so I was there for a year with them, and my contract with them was for a year. And then, as I was moving out of the discipleship school's position, I was actually moving out and did not renew that contract because I got an offer with a digital marketing firm that was starting up and was offering services to wedding venues and therapists and any number of different service related industries. Where I initially started with them, I was with them for almost 4 years. And I initially started as their Google Ads manager, went through a number of certification courses and Google Ads. And since then, I've spent over 10 mil, I don't even know, probably way more than 10 million at this point, but at least $10 million in Google Ads, advertising budgets, bringing in leads. So specialization in conversion optimization and bringing leads into businesses is really where my area of sort of specialty is, and delivering on projects that get clients leads, which is obviously important. That's counter to more traffic generation marketing, which is often kind of faddish and maybe not as serious. So either way, have run tens of millions of dollars in Google Ad spend up to this point. And so that was the primary role I had with that marketing agency. But as I continued on, I also took over the content creation team and a lot of the SEO, and then later got into a lot of the web build as well. So I really had the opportunity to develop a full skill set when it comes to digital marketing and to see how all of the pieces played together. And so after working with this marketing agency, I then started Clickmill on the side and sent thousands of emails by hand to get my first 10 clients. And after a year of doing that, so I was with that marketing firm for another year. After a year of doing cold lead outreach, which is itself another sort of marketing tool to bring in clients, I had 10 clients and went off on my own and started building Clickmill. So with Clickmill for 3 years, for 4 years, I would say, for 4 years, it was just me. And so I was delivering all of the services, all of the deliverables to the clients myself. So I was fulfilling the web builds, I was doing the Google Ads accounts and doing the SEO and building, doing all the things. And so I was building it, doing all of the work just as a small business owner, and then delivering it, doing all client communication as well. Now, as we started to grow, I started to obviously need help and bring in other team members. And right now we have around, I want to say 12 people on our team. And as the business has grown, it has become so just blaringly clear that my team needs training. They need to know how to do the things I'm asking them to do, and they need to be organized so that they can work with synergy. They can all work sort of in harmony with each other. Not that they're fighting necessarily, but that there's a lot of ability to step on toes when the SEO is on the web page that your web page designer is on. And so you have two people editing the same thing. It's very easy to get your wires crossed, and that's not a problem when I'm doing everything by myself. But as soon as you have a team, you have to, and I have had to learn how to organize everybody on the team so that it's a symphony and it's sort of making music and I'm the conductor. And this was a very unusual transition to make because firstly to me it's like, well, this is obvious. You do that, you do this. And at the same time, different teams do things different ways and I have never communicated that to them. And so I had to start putting together workflows and standard operating procedures and trainings. And so that was about 2.5 years ago when we got our first team member. And now today, not only does our team know who does what, and they can function really well within our sort of operating procedures and projects, and they all can go into different projects and fulfill different parts of projects and know exactly what our other team members are supposed to do. So we definitely have that sort of symphony thing going on. At the same time, here's the really great part, and you'll see as we go further into the course, um, with project management is we have to have contingency plans. What happens if someone's sick? What happens if something breaks? Well, we need someone else to come in and be able to fulfill the work. And so what's really great is as I have been training my team over the past 2.5 years, we now have people with multiple areas of expertise. And when one person isn't able to fulfill, or we get more work than they can fulfill, I can come over to someone and say, hey, you've got enough experience in this. How about you come in and you take it, you get the experience for this web build, even though that may not be their primary area of expertise. And they can just hop in and they're now multiply specialized, I guess, if we would say. And so the team is even more functional than I could ever have been on my own. And we would say even more functional than they would be if they just had one specialty and they can all work together and plug and play with each other as a unit. And so this is over the last few years is how I have been developing my skill as a project manager. And there is a lot of a lot of learning that I have done, a lot of mistakes I have made that I wished I had skipped. I wish someone had taught me, but you're just learning and you're going. And so in this course, I'm going to share with you all of the things that I think are most important for a marketing project manager who is running a team. And we're going to also get into a lot of more specific trainings on the maybe human relation element in this course, maybe more in the critical thinking and risk assessment and strategic analysis part, which is a pretty difficult skill to learn if it's not something that we've had a lot of experience or exposure to. And lastly, the next thing, as you'll see in the next video, is there will be some other courses required for project managers. If you really want to do well at project management, we're going to need a broad skill set, not just a project management skill set. We'll get more of that in the next video. We're going to talk about the average requirements for a project manager and what you can expect to be asked of when applying for a project management position. So with that, again, my name is Brett. Thank you so much for being here. It's such a pleasure to have you in the course, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.